I'm Amy the Bunny Lady, and this is my partner Elusive, Ellie for short. And today we're going to talk to you about cute little bunny noses, and we're going to learn about why they twitch and what that does for rabbits. If you are new to my channel, welcome. We put out videos about rabbit tips and tricks and how to have a happy and healthy bunny in your home. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and click that subscription button and the notification bell next to it so you don't miss a single video. So believe it or not, the bunny nose twitch actually has multiple functions for a rabbit. The first and foremost of those functions is it helps the rabbit have a much better sense of smell. So that little twitch that you see when rabbits wiggle their cute little noses actually stimulates their millions of scent receptors that allow them to smell much better. With just a little wiggle of their nose, they can tell a whole lot about the environment around them because of the scent. They can even wiggle their noses faster and faster to get more information from their environment. That's why if you notice your rabbit wiggling their nose as they slowly approach something to check it out, they are trying to get more information about it. What does it smell like, so that they can try and figure out if it's dangerous or not. That's why you'll see curious or cautious rabbits wiggling their nose at any new object so that they can sniff it out and know what's up. Rabbits also wiggle their noses as a way to keep cool. The main part of their anatomy that helps their body stay cool is actually their ears, because they've got a lot of veins in their ears to help them cool off when it's hot or keep heat in when they are cold. But the nose can help a lot too. So when a rabbit breathes in, they can exchange the heat in their body through the mucus in their nasal passageway. This can help them to cool down when they get really hot. So that's why you might notice if it's hot out, your rabbit's nose is going a lot faster than usual, because they are using their breathing to help them kind of cool down and keep from getting heat stroke. If you do notice your rabbit's nose is going real fast and it seems like it's because they are hot, then what you might want to do is actually find ways to help your rabbit cool down. I do have a video about how to keep your rabbit cool in the summer with lots of tips and tricks for helping your rabbit cool down when it's hot. This is actually very important because rabbits can actually very easily overheat in hot weather. Temperatures above 80 degrees can end up causing heat stroke in rabbits. So definitely something to pay attention to if your rabbit's nose is going real fast because it's hot. The third reason that rabbits wiggle their nose is actually to help them breathe easier. They do not need to wiggle their nose to breathe, but it makes it easier. When a rabbit twitches their nose very quickly, it can work almost like panting in people. So rabbits are obligate nasal breathers, which means that they have to breathe through their nose. That's the healthy way for them to breathe. So instead of panting by breathing through their mouth, they'll be kind of panting by wiggling their nose faster, because it helps the air move through their nasal passageway. So any active rabbit, you might notice that their nose is going a lot faster. Like once they lay down after they've had a good zoom around the room, their nose will be going 20 miles per hour. But don't worry, that's just because they just came to a rest, and it'll slow down a little bit after they've had time to rest. Same way with people. You'll be panting right after you go for a run, but then you'll calm down a little bit. Your rabbit can use their nose wiggle to gather information about the environment around them. Their scent receptors that their nose twitch helps to stimulate can even smell greens while they're still underground, or it can smell predators while they're still far away. So it can help them both find food when they need it, and it can also help them to sense danger a little bit earlier. It's one of their survival anatomy features. Should you be worried if your rabbit's nose stops twitching? Now, some people might think that rabbits have to twitch their nose to breathe, so if their nose stops twitching, does that mean they're not breathing? Well, not really. Rabbits actually can breathe without twitching their nose. That is not a necessary part of their breathing. It just makes breathing a little bit easier for them. A rabbit's nose very, very rarely stops twitching. It's almost always going at least a little bit. Usually it'll have kind of a steady pace. It'll pick up if your rabbit gets curious about something, and it'll slow down if your rabbit is at rest. The times when you might notice that your rabbit's nose completely stops twitching would be one, definitely the most common time that you will see your rabbit's nose stop their little wiggle is when they're sleeping. When they're resting, they no longer need to collect any information about the world around them, so just it comes to a stop as rabbit calms down and falls asleep. That's one of the ways that you actually know if your rabbit is actually sleeping or if they're just sitting there. It's if their nose stops wiggling. Your rabbit's nose might also come to a stop or go very slow. It almost looks like they come to a stop. Is if your rabbit is just really calm and is no longer really anxious about anything. They're just content to be in the world right now. They might not necessarily be sleeping, but they might be too. So when your rabbit is calm or at rest, you might notice their nose stop, and that is totally okay. Another time you might notice your rabbit's nose temporarily stop will be if there is something that is suddenly scares them. Normally when they get anxious, their nose will continue going and it'll go faster and faster. But if there's a sudden noise or something that suddenly scares them, it might be like when your heart skips a beat when you get real scared. Their nose might all of a sudden freeze as their whole body freezes as they're just trying to figure out what the danger is before they then react. So it'll just be a temporary stop in your rabbit's nose so that they can freeze while they try and figure out how they actually should react to what they perceive to be danger. Now, what about when your rabbit's nose is wiggling super, super fast? When should you expect that to happen, and when should you be worried? Most commonly, you will notice your rabbit's nose going real fast when they're curious. So they'll be going up to an object or something that they're interested in, and their nose will start to twitch faster and faster and faster because they're just really trying to figure out what it is. It's a sign of a curious bunny or a cautious bunny as they're trying to check something new out. It could also mean that they are kind of nervous or scared, so even if they're not focused on something in particular, a nose that starts to slowly get faster and faster often means that they're a little bit scared, they're anxious, and their nose is kind of giving their emotions away. You can use your rabbit's nose and how fast it's going to tell how they're feeling right now. As I mentioned before, your rabbit's nose will go super, super fast when they are very active. So when your rabbit has been zooming around the room, doing binkies, being a happy bunny, and just getting some nice exercise in, their nose will start going 20 miles an hour. And that's okay. That's normal and to be expected because they're getting all that exercise. So of course their nose is going to go faster. If your rabbit is getting hot, then their nose will also be going very fast. Now, for the most part, at this point, your rabbit is still keeping themselves cool with their nose, and they're not in any real danger, especially if you are keeping an eye on the temperature in the room. But if your rabbit is just, okay, they're a little bit hot and their nose is going faster, that's fine, but you just might want to give them something cool to lay against or spritz them behind the ears. Make sure you get the temperature lower in the room so that your rabbit does not overheat. The other times you might notice a rabbit's nose going real fast is when they are sick or stressed. So if your rabbit is at rest in a position where their nose would normally be slowing down and not speeding up, there doesn't seem to be any kind of interesting or scary thing in the room that would be making them anxious or curious, then it could be that they are sick or stressed. So look for any other signs that your rabbit might have of being sick to let you know if maybe their nose is going fast because they're in pain. Rabbits don't show pain very well, so paying attention to these little tiny details can help you catch any signs of illness quickly. See, are they eating well? Are they pooping well? Those are two big signs of any kind of illness in rabbits. Check to make sure that their activity levels seem normal. And make sure that, when they're moving around, they're not disoriented and they can still get around just fine. Those are some of the ways you can tell if your rabbit is sick, if you notice that their nose seems to be wiggling real fast, even though there's no reason for it to be. But for the most part, bunny nose wiggles are just adorable, and there's no reason to be worried about them wiggling real fast or, not even wiggling at all. It's all part of normal rabbit behavior, and it is super cute also, because who doesn't love an adorable bunny nose? If you're interested in more information about rabbit facts and rabbit care, or maybe how to know those little signs about rabbit health that you might not know otherwise, then go ahead and hit that subscription button and the notification bell next to it so that you'll see my new videos every week. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.